Hi guys, how you doing? I want to make this video today about how a standard sat-nav like Google Maps or something like that is not enough information to do a big spiraled roundabout. It's not enough information. There is no way in the history of the world that it's going to give you enough information for you to do that spiral roundabout right. Now, I tried to make this into a short video on one of the 3-minute videos. I can't, there's too much for me to say. I tried 4 times, it keeps on running out of time. So I'm releasing this video with information about it now. So the reason why I'm making this video is because throughout the weekend I've been driving and there was lots and lots of things going on the motorway, and I had to come off the motorway and go a very A road way back. So I had to go on all the green, instead of the blue motorway signs, I had to go on the green primary signs, the main, I call them veins, okay? The motorway are like the arteries of the road, and then the green A roads are like the veins, and then local routes are the capillaries. So I was on the green A roads, important roads, big roads. You can go up to 70 sometimes on those as well, yeah, depending on the situation. Now, when I was on all these back roads, the roundabouts were still really, really big on these roads, and I was following a sat-nav. I had absolutely no idea where I was. I've never been there in my life, yeah, because normally I go on the motorway, but I couldn't. I had to be diverted off twice. And I was driving around and I became aware of how utterly crap, am I allowed to say that word? That the sat-nav, no wonder everybody is scared of spiral roundabouts. Using a sat-nav, yeah, only to do a huge spiral roundabout is nowhere near. It's nowhere near enough information, nowhere near. No wonder everybody's petrified. It's just not enough information at all. So I was thinking about it on the way home, and I thought, how can I make a video about this? How can I help people to understand? So I was driving along and I thought to myself, this information that Google Maps is giving me is the absolute minimum information that you get. Now, I have heard through the grapevine that there is an app called Waze, W-A-Z-E, and apparently my students, one of my qualified students who wanted to have some refresher lessons, he was like, oh, it's great because it helps you to know which lane to go in. I don't know, I don't really use it, but Google Maps is what I use, and I was using Google Maps, and I was coming up to it. The way that I see this is it's almost like you go to a friend's house, you've had a nice cup of tea, you've had a really nice day, and then your friend goes, oh, on the way home, you just want to go up the road to the big roundabout, you want to turn right, 4th exit to Coventry. And that's what the sat-nav does. That's it. That's all the information that you get, okay? That's it. You turn right, 4th exit to Coventry. That's all you're going to get from the blue line and the information that you get on the sat-nav. That's nowhere near enough information for a roundabout that's got like 4 to 5 lanes on it, okay? It's not enough information. It's a bit like your drunk friend, like not wanting you to go home, you're the driver, and they're like, oh, stay. And you're like, no, I really have got to go. I've got work in the morning, I've got to go. And they're like, all right then, just go to that roundabout, turn right, 4th exit to Coventry. Yeah, see you later. And that's it. It's the basic foundation of it. It's tiny. Use it as like a kind of like tip. So what you can get from that is you can think to yourself, okay, I'm turning right, 4th exit to Coventry, okay? You would think to yourself, well, it's probably going to be one of the right-hand lanes, right? Because it's the 4th exit, probably, most likely. So you've got a little bit of information, baseline information, level 1 of information. Without further information, you are going to get it wrong. There's no way there's no way you're going to get it right. So you use this bit of information, turn right, 4th exit to Coventry. Thank you, SatNav, for giving me that absolutely menial bit of information. Now I need to put in all the work, because you have to work, okay? At a spiral roundabout, you have got to put effort in. You have to use your brain, okay? You cannot just swimmingly go through it without thinking. When you're on it, it's a little bit easier because you just follow the lines, but the preparation on approach, you have to read the signs, okay? Where's my book? So When you're coming up to the roundabout, you've got the first bit of information, turn right, fourth exit to Coventry. Now this is not going to match, but you're going to be seeing potentially green signs if you're on A roads. Now the first sign that you're going to see is going to be similar to this if you're following A roads. Green sign tells you where all the exits are, okay? Now when you've got that information, okay, it's imperative, yeah, that you find out what the road number is, okay? Really, really important. Because if you find out what the road number is, it's going to be written on the floor, okay? Now let's just say we're doing the Coventry thing, okay? It may say Cov, so it may be abbreviated to a smaller word, Cov, so they can print it on the floor. And then the road number will also be printed on the floor. So you can be reassured, yeah, that you've got those confirmations, okay? So you're going to be looking at the road markings, okay? So when you're coming up to a roundabout, it may be that the line is very, very thick. Now, it's a good idea to see if the line is thick, because that possibly will mean that there's more than one lane to go to that exit. So let me show you an example. Can you see how like this is really thick to go around there and then it gets all skinny? So it's very likely that round here you've got multiple lanes, and then when it goes there, you've got a single lane. And that can be really helpful when you're coming up to a roundabout, because if you've got thick lines, then there's more than likely going to be multiple lanes that say Cov A46, okay? So if you've got two lanes that go Cov A46, then choosing the left of the two, yeah, wherever it is on the roundabout, choosing the left of the two means you're in the non-overtaking lane. Yeah, you're not in the overtaking lane. And sometimes this can be helpful, because if you're choosing the non-overtaking lane, when you go into the roundabout, you're going to have the lines on the floor. And being in the non-overtaking lane, you can follow the road line, the white line on the right the whole way round, which is nice, okay? If you use the overtaking lane, you may need to use the line on the left for a bit until it spirals you into the middle lane, and then you use the lane line on the right to follow out. Look at my other video, okay? Because I have made how to turn right at a spiral roundabout, and it tells you how to swap following the lane lines on the floor. When you're coming up to a roundabout, there's going to be a lane choice sign like this, okay? It's going to look a bit different. I'm trying to make it up like on the spot to make this video for you today, but it's going to be similar to this, okay? Similar. So the first sign that you're going to get is this one. The sat-nav's told you to turn right, fourth exit to Coventry. Then you look at the primary sign, which would be similar to this, and then you'd confirm, yeah, I can see it on the sign, turn right, fourth exit to Coventry. I know this doesn't match, I'm just giving you examples. Turn right, fourth exit to Coventry. Now you've got the road number, okay? Then, as you drive closer to the roundabout, you may need to ignore a white sign or a further sign because it would be the local routes and you're not interested in that one, okay? You're looking at the main routes to get somewhere. So the green sign will be enough if you're going to somewhere like Coventry, because green signs tell you about how to get to big towns and cities. The other sign will tell you about local areas to the area that you're in right now. So if you've gone to Oxford and then you're in Oxford and then you want to go to a place inside Oxford, you'd swap signs at that stage. But let's just say you've used this sign first and you're like, okay, turn right, fourth exit to Coventry. Yeah, I already knew that because of my sat-nav. Then you need to find the lane choice sign. You drive closer to the roundabout and you're like, right, which lane do I need to be in? The sat-nav will not be doing this bit, okay? This is the bit that's really important. If I teach somebody who's absolutely petrified of roundabouts, this is the sign that they don't use, because they're bombing up to the roundabout incredibly fast. What time is it? And they forget to use this sign. Let me check the time, because I've actually got to go to work soon. What time is it? Tell me the time. Okay, so yeah, this is the sign that they forget, okay? So look at this sign. Which lane do you need to go to Coventry, fourth exit? Is it the non-overtaking lane? Is it the overtaking lane? Is there two lanes that go there? Okay, yes there is. I'll choose the left of the two, whichever lane that means that I'm in, to go to Coventry. Really important. This is the sign. It may not be as detailed about this if the roundabout is not massive. It may just be the arrows, because if there's loads of cars, like it's rush hour, you can't see the road markings. And these arrows would be the same as the road markings, because they know that when it gets busy, you can't see the road markings, okay? This sign is incredibly important, especially if there's 5 lanes. Which lane do I need out of the 5? At this huge roundabout. Oh, I need the 4th lane. Oh, I need the 3rd lane. Oh, I need the 5th lane. Yeah. Once you've chosen that lane, you need to look at the road markings as well as a team, okay? So you look at the road markings and you can see it says COV A46. I don't know, I'm making the numbers up now. I don't know what, I don't know what Coventry's road name number is, okay? But let's just pretend it's Coventry A46. It would be written on the floor. Constant reassured, yeah, okay, I'm in the right lane. I'm in the correct lane. Yeah, driving down Coventry A46. Okay, cool. Don't go too fast, just in case anybody else gets it wrong. You don't go too fast, because if they don't get it right, then you're more likely to have an accident. If somebody else is getting it wrong, at least you could potentially see and stop in time. Don't cross the lines. Don't cross the lines. Imagine it's like one of those games from the past where you can't touch the line. You know, those games where you do the little metal thing with the hoop? Yeah. Don't touch the lines, don't cross the lines. That's where the accident lives. Even if you've chosen the wrong lane, that's the one that you're committed to, that's the one where you're going to have to go. You're going to have to go the wrong way, okay? Follow the lane once you've chosen it. Be reassured, Coventry, A46, it's written on the floor. I'm following the line round. I never cross it, but I follow it round. If I'm in one of the left or the middle lanes, I follow the line on the right. If I'm in the far right lane, I follow the one on the left until it takes me in a spiral to the middle lane, and then I use the lane line on the right, okay? Like I say, use my other video for that if you need it, okay? This video is basically saying that the sat-nav is nowhere near enough information for you guys to get a huge, complicated spiral roundabout correct. There's no way. It's not enough information. It's the drunk person's version. It's the most limited bit of information that you've ever heard. It's your grandma just going, oh, I think it might be the 4th exit, love. I think you might be turning right, 4th exit to Coventry. That's it. There is no detail. There is no detail in it. You, the driver, who's qualified, who took all of this time, yeah, to learn these things with somebody who knows what they're talking about. You've sucked it in like a sponge. You've listened. Yeah, I got this, yeah. You're not going to be one of the people who are frightened on this roundabout because you look at the roundabout sign. You look at the lane choice sign. You notice the road number. You look at the road markings, Coventry A46. You look at the road painted arrows. You follow the lines round. You go the wrong way if you know you're in the wrong lane. Go the wrong way if you know you're in the wrong lane. Don't try and cross lanes unless it is absolutely like 3 o'clock in the morning and there's no one around. I can't stress it enough. I can't stress it enough. If you're in the wrong lane, go the wrong way. Okay, all right. So important. Please, I really hope this video has helped you today. Spiral roundabouts are scary if you only use the sat-nav. It's nowhere near enough information. You do need to do some work. You do need to look at the sign. Don't go too fast. You know, if you're pegging it up to a roundabout, you're never going to be able to read the signs. And that's the detail. That's what you need to take in. There's the roundabout green sign. Oh, it's a thick line. There's 2 lanes to get there. Oh, it's the A46. Okay. There's 2 lanes that get there. There's multiple lanes that get there. Okay, cool. I got that. Drive to the roundabout. Oh, here's the lane choice sign. Which lane out of the million lanes do I need to choose? There's 5 lanes. Which one do I need? Oh, okay. Lane 3 and lane 4 go to Coventry. I'm going to choose lane 3 safely, because if I do that, then I've got the lane line on the right, which is easier than using lane 4 if it's the final lane, because I'd have to use the one on the left for a bit, which is a little bit more hassle. It's fine, but it's just a bit more hassle, okay? And then follow it round, okay? I really hope this information comes through today. If you're scared of spiral roundabouts and you're relying on a sat-nav to help you, it's nowhere near enough. Just it's the basic bit of information that your gran's given me or your drunk friend's given you, right? That's it. It's just a teeny bit of information that, like, oh, a sprinkling of information before you get to this gigantic roundabout. Yeah, you've got a little bit of an idea where you're going, yeah, with Google Maps, okay? I can't speak for other apps because I don't use them, yeah? If somebody knows about an app where it specifically tells you exactly which lane to use at a roundabout, please share it below, because obviously that would be nice. Maybe as a guess, apps don't want to commit to that just in case they get their lane choice wrong, or they, I don't know why it's not on Google Maps. I have no idea. All right, but please just team it up as part of the experience. Google Maps first, yeah, lovely. Got a teeny bit of information, a sprinkling, a dusting of information. Now, as the driver, as the qualified, amazing person who knows what they're doing, they look at the sign casually, use the primary green sign with the roundabout sign, then use the lane choice sign, then look at the road markings. Look at the road markings. Go the wrong way if you need to, if it's safer, yeah. Don't go too fast so you can pick up on all this information. Otherwise, it's too quick. Reduce speed now, the sign says. Yeah, because you've got a lot of work to do. Yellow lines on the floor, possibly, as you come up to the roundabout to bring attention to your speed. Yeah, slow down. Take the information in. The manual is on approach to the roundabout. It's the manual. Each roundabout is unique. So you need the manual on approach, and it's there. All the signs are there. You learn on the go, all right? Whew. Felt quite passionate about that. I better go to work. I've got about 5 minutes. Right, I really hope this helps you today, and I'll see you on the next one.